Today on Deep Dive, we're going to be looking at DC Comics Blackhawk number 125. What adventures await Blackhawk and his team? The answer lies inside. Hello everyone, my name is Devin, also known as DH Artist, and welcome back to my Deep Dive series. Today is my 100th episode, and in honor of this special occasion, I wanted to showcase the highly requested World War II hero, Blackhawk. Blackhawk originally debuted in 1941 through the publisher Quality Comics, and he was later revived by DC Comics in 1957. Now, I was first introduced to Blackhawk when my dad showed me the 1952 15-chapter Blackhawk serial. Back in the day, serials ran weekly at the theater before the movie started. These episodes were referred to as chapters, and they usually ended with a cliffhanger, something to keep the kids coming back each week. Many of the serials they made were some of the first film adaptations to feature prominent heroes, like Flash Gordon, The Shadow, and Superman. Some of my other favorites include Batman and Robin, Captain America, and the Green Hornet. If you ever get a chance to check some of these out, I highly recommend that you do. Most are available on DVD for reasonable prices. Even though this can be viewed on your phone or computer, try casting it onto your TV so you can really see the detail and quality of the book. If you enjoy these types of videos and want to see more content like it, check out some of my other deep dives. I've covered issues like Amazing Spider-Man number 101, Batman number 126, Fantastic Four number 27, and Avengers number 8, featuring the exciting first appearance of Kang the Conqueror. For a complete list of my videos, visit the organized playlists on my channel. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a single video. Blackhawk number 125 was published in June of 1958. Executive editor was Whitney Ellsworth. Cover artists were Dick Dillin and Chuck Cuidera. There are 3 stories in this book, and they're titled The Secrets of the Blackhawk Time Capsule, The Sunken Island, and the Super Blackhawk. All 3 stories were penciled by Dick Dillin and inked by Chuck Cuidera. The book consists of 32 pages with a cover price of 10 cents. Our first story begins as the Blackhawks transport and bury a time capsule filled with their blueprints and inventions, so that if some unforeseen catastrophe should wipe them out, members of a future Blackhawk team will have access to them. With the time capsule buried and secure, the team heads to Washington so they can personally deliver an envelope containing the capsule's secret location to the president for safekeeping. But following them is the schemer, and he quickly makes plans to steal the envelope. When the team lands in Washington, the radio alarms on their belts go off, signaling that someone has broken into the time capsule. Realizing that someone stole the envelope by switching it with a blank one back at the airport, the Blackhawks take to the sky to track the capsule. It's not long before they find the schemer trying to steal the capsule via a trailer truck, and parachuting from their jets, the Mighty Seven land on the truck. Unfortunately, they're thrown from the truck before they can secure it, but thankfully Henderson managed to remove the important blueprints so at least those will stay out of the criminals' hands. Realizing the gang is now in possession of their advanced weaponry, all the Blackhawks can do is wait. And fortunately, they don't have long to wait, for that night, one of their remote-controlled jet drones races through Center City, and its electronic waves short-circuit every electrical fixture in town, making stores soft pickings for looters. Meanwhile, high above the city, Blackhawk locates the jet drone. But when the schemer pilots it directly into Blackhawk's jet, he bails out safely seconds before impact. Parachuting to the ground, Blackhawk notices the truck and time capsule heading to an abandoned farm. Going to investigate, he sees part of the barn start to disintegrate, signaling that the schemer has activated the powerful B-61 weapon, and Blackhawk charges in to fight him. Meanwhile, back in Center City, the team has rounded up the looters, and heading out into the countryside, they rush to the farm to help Blackhawk. Keeping Schemer busy, Blackhawk ducks into the time capsule to avoid the disintegrating ray, and before Schemer can reposition the weapon, the rest of the team arrives, and Henderson quickly subdues Schemer. Here we have a public service announcement detailing the importance of reading, observing, and understanding the world around us. Our second story, titled The Sunken Island, begins over the Pacific Ocean as the Blackhawks return home from a mission, when suddenly their compasses begin to spin wildly. Suddenly out of nowhere, an island appears, rising up from the ocean, and after landing on its beach, the Blackhawks are greeted by men who appear to be soldiers from Genghis Khan's army. Traveling down a hidden staircase, the Blackhawks discover an underground city, undisturbed for 700 years. The Blackhawks learn that long ago, Genghis Khan sent an expedition to this island. Once the ships were destroyed, they decided to dig underground to shelter from future catastrophes. Then one day there was a powerful earthquake, and the island began to sink into the ocean. Everyone took shelter underground and have stayed there ever since. Now every 50 years or so, the island resurfaces for a short period of time. But before the Blackhawks tour can continue, they're interrupted by a rogue group of rebel warriors, trying to overpower the current rulers. With the help of Blackhawk and his men, the rebels are overpowered and flee. Before heading back up to their jets, Blackhawk offers to call for a rescue party, but the islanders explain that they'd prefer to stay there. Returning to their jets, the Blackhawk team prepares to take off, when suddenly the rebels launch a surprise attack. Suddenly, in the chaos of the fight, there's a powerful earthquake, and the island begins to sink. Rushing to their jets, the Blackhawks escape into the sky, just as the island disappears beneath the surface of the water. Now across the way we have a house ad for Sergeant Bilko's Private Doberman, and at the time Sergeant Bilko was a popular TV series starring comedian Phil Silvers. Some of the fun advertising found within this issue is a full-page ad for a Lou Burdett baseball glove. There's a half-page ad for the Palisades Amusement Park in Bergen County, New Jersey. And on the back there's an ad for 100 toy soldiers for only $1.25. Today's third and final story, titled The Super Blackhawk, begins as the mole attacks an armored car company, and after rushing to the crime scene, the Blackhawks take cover to plan their next move. With the armored cars looted, the mole begins to escape, so acting quickly, Blackhawk races to a nearby construction site, and using the giant crane, hooks it to the mole machine in an attempt to stop it. Before Blackhawk can jump to safety, he's struck by the mole's ray, and once the mole disappears underground, the rest of the team rushes Blackhawk to the hospital. The next morning, Blackhawk seems fine, and it appears that the ray merely shocked him unconscious. But there's no time to rest. A report comes in that the mole has been spotted yet again, this time heading towards the government vault, and the Blackhawks leap into action. Arriving at the government vault, the Mighty Seven parachute into action, when a gust of wind puts Blackhawk directly in the path of the mole's drill. But just as he figures he's done for, the drill breaks apart as it strikes him, slowly disintegrating piece by piece. Then with a single punch, he knocks the machine on its side. But when the mole fires his ray at Blackhawk, even though the ray has no effect, it strikes the building behind him, putting his team in danger. Realizing he has the powers of Superman, Blackhawk jumps into action, quickly blowing out the fire with his super breath, and using his X-ray vision to fuse two steel beams together, Blackhawk saves his men. Then, with the help of his super hearing, he listens to where the mole and his men escape to, overhearing where their hideout is. With his super strength and flight, Blackhawk lifts his men into the air, carrying them to the mole's hideout. Nearing their hideout, Blackhawk uses his X-ray vision to look underground, and sees the criminals using the ray on each other to give themselves superpowers. Quickly, Blackhawk breaks into their hideout, launching into battle. But with the help of their apparent super strength, the three henchmen gain the upper hand, and thankfully Blackhawk's men arrive to join in the battle. Then, when the mighty Seven seem impervious to the mole men's strength, Blackhawk reveals that he lost his superpowers, and says that the criminals never had any, and it doesn't take long for the criminals to be rounded up. Later, Blackhawk explains to his men that he must have received the temporary powers when the atom ray mixed with the mineral deposits near the crane at the construction site, and with the ray now gone, the powers will likely never happen again. I hope you enjoyed today's deep dive. If there's a particular issue or comic you'd like me to flip, drop it down in the comments section and I'll see if I can add it to my poll box. If you enjoy these types of videos, please show your support by subscribing to my channel. As always, please consider liking and feel free to share this video. And until next time, deep divers, thanks for watching.